Sage.
Hi, Danny.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah,
So-
we're going to talk about Wayfair.
Yeah, a little bit
Today.
more of a serious note, I think we're going for. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this one, it's pretty heavy. There is
There's some shitty shit.
some talk about children being abused. So if you're not into that, feel free to hop on over somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm just going to say trigger warning.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fair warning. Yeah, so it's gonna be we're gonna change up. It's gonna be a little more serious, a little more sad, but we're gonna do our best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and by us, I mean Danny. Danny's gonna be telling me about it.
Yeah.
We are Silence of
Hags.
the Hags. Hello, we're your Hags. We're your Hags of Silence of
Welcome.
the Hags. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. All right, let's dive in. This is a pretty long one.
Yeah, let's just jump
This
right
is
in,
decently long.
Yeah.
So, if you guys don't already know what the Wayfair conspiracy is...
You live under a rock, first of all.
If you're on any form of... I mean, maybe not. Maybe if you're on beauty social media, you're not hearing about the Wayfair conspiracy.
I don't know. There is that lady. She does her makeup. What's her name?
Oh,
she does her makeup.
Bailey. I can't remember her last name, but I know her name's Bailey.
Bailey.
She does murder and makeup every, I think, Wednesday or every Monday.
Yeah,
something
pretty
like
cool.
that.
So I think she's done something. But
Yeah.
anyways, continue.
So Wayfair. So basically, there is a conspiracy. I'm just going to suss it out for you a little just before I dive in to the deets so you know what I'm talking about. There's a conspiracy that Wayfair is selling things online for disgustingly high prices, but they are selling children, like through like a sex trafficking ring instead of selling furniture.
Yes.
So first, I want to just let you know Wayfair's statement to all of this, just so you can hear what they have to say before we dive into the conspiracy and the details.
Yes.
So Wayfair gave a statement to Newsweek and said, "There is, of course, no truth to these claims. The products in question are industrial-grade cabinets that are accurately priced. Recognizing that the photos and descriptions provided by the supplier did not adequately explain the high price point, we have temporarily removed the products from the sites to rename them and to provide a more in-depth description and photos that accurately depict the products to clarify the price point."
Yes.
So if you guys haven't seen the items, well, we're going to get into them. But basically the items are very name specific, and it's like just an industrial like storage closet, like that it would like you would store tools and shit in.
Yes.
Which are normally around like $500 to $1,000 max, depending on what you're getting.
I think we looked into it before, and I think the most expensive industrial one that we could find was, I think, $3,000 was the absolute max.
And it was like massive.
Massive. Yeah. And it was fancy too.
Yeah, very fancy.
It was very fancy.
But theirs are selling for around like $13,000 to $18,000. And so my initial problem with the statement was they're saying like there's absolutely no truth to these claims, and then they immediately say, but we recognize that the photos and pictures and price don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
So
we're taking them down.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I do think this is like a pretty true conspiracy theory, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I believe strongly in it, but it just sounds like ass loading cover. Like,
yeah,
just you're full of shit. Ass loading, dear God.
Ass loading.
What I was oh my God, I was trying to say ass covering load of shit.
Yes. That makes more sense. No, from now on it's ass loading.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Yeah, because they basically said it's false, but also kind of suspicious, so we're taking it down.
Yeah. And it's interesting too that rather than just changing the description, they just are taking them down completely.
Yeah. Also, so I'm gonna flip my page. So I did most of my research around beginning of July.
Yeah.
It's now like 2 weeks into August.
Yeah, mid-August.
And they're still not back up, so...
Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you.
You're doing a lot of looking into this.
Yeah.
So my other problem was for them to say, like, they're industrial-grade cabinets and they're accurately priced. No, they're fucking not. Yeah. They're not.
$15,000 for an empty cabinet. And it's also, it's not even like you're buying 10 of these cabinets. Mm-hmm. It's one. It's per.
Yeah.
Just fucked.
So we're going to get into the cabinets. We're not going to get into them. Do not get into the cabinets. No one needs to get into the cabinets. Please.
Please don't.
So I'm going to give you one of the cabinets for now, just so you have the information before I move on to talking about the cabinets. So one of the cabinets in question is the Yuritsa storage cabinet, and it's by WFX Utility. So it's selling for $13,799 US dollars. So that is 19,000 Canadian dollars.
Jesus.
For a storage cabinet.
Yeah.
So this specific cabinet is said to be connected to Yuritsa Castro, who was reported missing on June 10th, 2020 in Harwington, Connecticut at the age of 16.
Yes.
So there's a bunch more, but we'll get into them after. So I did some digging. I can't actually find a WFX Utility website. Like, they only seem to sell through third parties, so they sell through, like, Walmart, Wayfair, places like that. Yeah. But then I went and looked at their other products on these websites. Could not find any storage cabinets on any website of theirs.
Interesting.
Yeah. All their other products are also not name specific, because, like, that's the thing is, like, I get, like, naming something like, oh, it's like the Rachel jacket, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's, like, fashion and, like, decor, it makes sense, but, like, a storage cabinet?
Yeah.
And, like, tools and stuff
and again,
aren't
like,
name
an
specific.
industrial one. Like, again, like, it's not the Yuritsa cabinet for your home.
Yeah.
We're talking about, like, building sites.
Yeah. Why? Doesn't make any sense. No. So, yeah, none of their other products are name descriptive. On Walmart, I did find a hazardous material steel safety cabinet, which we discovered is to hold hazardous materials, as the name says.
Yes.
And it was only $900.
Yeah.
So, like, and it was by WFX Utility.
Yeah. And that also is I think the reason that is so interesting is that that's only $900 is because when you're taking care of hazardous waste, of course you have to take a lot more precautions. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, you have to have double lining, and it costs more to make. It takes more time to make. So why is it that one of those is $900 versus a plain steel cabinet being $15,000?
Yeah,
just because one's called Yuritsa and one is,
and it's like the same size and everything. Like it's like this. It's not like it's like a half cabinet. It's like the same full size cabinet. I'll post the photos of the cabinets, and you'll see just how fucking basic they are.
Yes.
So on Wayfair, the most expensive WFX item that I could find was an 8-piece storage system. And it comprised of 2 full-size storage cabinets, a wall-mounted 3-compartment long covered looking thing. So you could like mount it like in between above the storage cabinets. 2 half-size floor cabinets that were connected by a long piece of wood, so it doubled as a workbench. Okay.
Yeah.
All of this was only $3,800.
To clear, 3,800 Canadian dollars?
No, that's US. So 5,200 Canadian.
Yeah.
What? So 19,000 for one.
Yeah. Is there
but
literal
5,200 for 8?
Yeah. Like fuck that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a $10,000 price difference, and you are getting like quadruple the amount of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same brand and everything. So,
and again,
it's on Wayfair. It's not like it's on a different site. It's on Wayfair.
Yeah, and also, too, like, again, I think the big difference between these guys is that one is called Yuritsa and the other one is just the storage cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just something important to keep in mind as we continue to tell you this.
Yeah, and all of the name-specific stuff has been taken down.
Yes.
There's no more name-specific stuff. And there's no more storage cabinets except for this 8-piece system thing.
Yeah.
So it's not just storage cabinets. So Wayfair hasn't actually directly said anything about this, but a lot of people are asking about other grossly overpriced items such as shower curtains, pillows, and rugs. So, for example...
Oh, yes, you were telling me about the pillows.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So we have... Here, I'll tell you one of the pillows right now. So we have a Dupree Zodiac Sign Astrological Constellation Personalized Throw Pillow. So you have the choice to insert the name. It is $19,998 US dollars for a fucking pillow. You're not getting 10 of them. 10 would still be too much. But you're getting one. You're getting one pillow, and you choose the name and put it on there.
Yeah, and like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
People are thinking this is not suspicious. I
So
hear you, naysayers.
here's another one, is a shower curtain. So this is also a Zodiac one. It's a blue Doolin Zodiac shower curtain. So it's $99 just for the regular one. Now for the same shower curtain, if you want to personalize it and put a name on it, the price jumps to $10,000 US dollars.
Jesus.
So it's just for putting a name on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems, I mean, if you know the name of
Seems a little sus.
what you're looking for. So let's get into some of the products that are connected specifically to the missing children. So the first one we have is Tori Dunning. She's a 15-year-old girl from Mount Airy, North Carolina. For her, I couldn't find... I was on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children website.
Yes.
I couldn't find a missing persons ad for her on there. I've never made a missing persons ad, a missing children's ad. So I don't know if they all just go on there. I don't know. Maybe they don't all go on there. Maybe it's optional. You can put it on there if you want. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But when I do look up Tori Dunning, the searches are just ridiculously flooded with this conspiracy. I found photos of her, it's like a screenshot of her missing persons ad, but I couldn't actually find an official police website or anything like that. So I'm
well, that's interesting.
not putting 100% truth behind this one.
Yeah.
But so the related Wayfair item is the Dunning Zodiac astrological constellation personalized throw pillow for $10,000. And the seller is Bungalow Rose. So, I don't know. Dunning.
Yeah.
Why are you naming a pillow Dunning?
Yeah. It's
just a little weird.
Interesting coincidence.
And then we have Annabelle Wilson. So Annabelle Wilson is a 16-year-old girl. She was reported missing on July 9th in Kansas City. I should clarify. These are all 2020. So this is all this year.
Yes.
And she was actually previously missing in February of 2020, but she was found and then went missing again.
Oh.
So for those of you who are going to say, well, she was previously missing, she probably ran away from home, whatever, I think that makes her a good target.
Yes. I
think it's the same thing with Picton. He's picking up homeless drug addicts and murdering them. Yeah.
Well, that's just with any time a kid goes missing, immediately it's, they probably just ran away.
Yeah. And I think the fact that she already went missing, I couldn't find anything about if she had run away, but it just said she was previously missing. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that makes her a good target. But the related Wayfair product is the Annabelle 5-shelf storage unit by WFX Utility, and it is selling for $10,899 US. Yeah. And her missing persons ad is on the missing and exploited children. We're gonna call it, what is it? It's NCME. Oh God, no, I'm not gonna try to abbreviate that. Missing Children's website.
Yeah, we'll say that.
It is on there.
Yes.
And then again, so we have the Yuritsa storage unit. Her missing children's ad is also up on that website. If you guys want to take a look, if you don't believe me, it's up there. You can just look up Castro, you'll find it. Yeah. So those are the storage units and the ones that are specifically linked. But there's more named ones that haven't been specifically linked to anybody, but that doesn't mean that they aren't. And that also, this isn't to say that these are all American kids. Yeah. Kids are taken everywhere around the world. So it's this is just America. Those are just the American kids that they've been linked to. So some of the other suspicious items, we have the Samaya 5-shelf storage cabinet by WFX Utility. This is selling for $12,899. So this was actually originally connected to Samaya Duplessis? Girl from Southfield, Michigan. She was 13. She was missing. She is no longer missing, and she came out saying, "Stop fucking saying it's me. It's not her." So it's not this girl named Samaya who was missing. There are probably a lot of people named Samaya around the world, so it could be somebody else. We also have the Alivia storage cabinet by WFX Utility for $12,699. The Naraya storage cabinet by WFX Utility for $14,499. Jesus. Caitlin modular sectional. Oh, this was another one. So this one's a couch. I don't know a lot about couches, but this one is a little bit suspicious because after all the shit hit the fan and people were saying all this shit about Wayfair, a lot of people's prices started dropping on things.
Interesting.
Like, yeah. Like, when I say, like, after, I mean, like, literally, like, the next fucking week. Like, prices were dropping on name-specific things. And I think it was because the price doesn't make any fucking sense, and it did look suspicious, and people didn't want eyes on them. Yeah, so this one was the Caitlin Modular Sectional from Latitude Run. Mm-hmm. So it's just a regular-ass sectional. Honestly, the sectional looks like it's from IKEA. It's not a special-looking sectional, just a fucking sectional. Yeah. It was originally selling for $42,000 US.
Holy shit.
It's now selling for $26,000, which I still think is ridiculously overpriced, but less overpriced than $42,000. Yes. Yeah.
That's a lot for a fucking sectional.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is ridiculous.
I've never seen a piece of furniture be that expensive.
No, also especially on Wayfair. It's not like it's like a designer fucking like
yeah.
Yves Saint Laurent sectional. It's a Wayfair sectional.
No offense, Wayfair, but like
people go People go to Wayfair to buy cheap shit. Yeah. That's what you go to Wayfair for. You don't go to Wayfair to buy expensive stuff. Yeah. So I have two more suspicious items, I think. Yeah, I only have two more.
Okay.
So we have the Duvet personalized single shower curtain. Mm-hmm. You insert the name. It costs $10,000 from Bungalow Rose again. And then we have the lumbar pillow by E.D. Ellen DeGeneres, crafted by Lowlie. See this? So I don't think this is actually Ellen. I think this is like knockoff Ellen, because it's Ellen DeGeneres crafted by Lowlie. And it is $10,098.
Holy.
For a pillow. Just a regular ass couch pillow.
That's a lot.
Some red flags that I have were the price drops. So since it started trending, prices on a lot of these items have dropped. So I do have a couple examples of price drops. And they're not like small price drops. They're like fucking ridiculous price drops. And I have screenshots of everything, so I will post them on the Instagram. Mm-hmm. So we have the Nokona Bear personalized milestone throw pillow by Isabel and Max. Mm-hmm. It was originally $10,046. Mm-hmm. You want to guess how much it is now?
Fucking tell me.
$48.
Jesus.
So, yeah. That dropped like, $10,000. Sorry, $9,998.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. There's also the Barley Sunshine Floral Wreath personalized milestone throw pillow by August Grove. So these are also different sellers. These aren't all the same sellers. So that's another thing that I think is a little suspicious. It's not like it's one brand that is like just pricing their shit ridiculously, disgustingly high. Yeah. It's multiple brands.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it makes no fucking sense. But this one was $10,045. It's now $46.99. Jesus. Then there was the Gianna Animal Crew personalized milestone pillow. Again, $10,045. Yeah. Now $46.99. And Wayfair did respond to this, and they said, it's a glitch, and we're looking into addressing it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's all. Sure? Also, a $10,000 glitch?
Also, like, again, it's not just one brand, and it's not just one product. It's, like, many different brands, many different products, many different price points. So.
And the other thing that, like, is just a little weird to me is it only seems to be things that you can either insert a name on or that are really oddly make no sense name specific. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's not like it's like, oh, this wood dining table.
Yeah.
Glitched.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. And it's also interesting that there just happens to be this glitch when you just happen to have these crazy overpriced things that now you have to address. It's just I don't know. It's just a lot of I don't super believe in coincidence, and that's a lot of coincidence.
Yeah. It's too many things. Like, this is the thing, is like, it's, if it was like, okay, like the closets and people were like, that's suspicious, you could just be like, oh fuck, it's a glitch, but it's just these WFX closets. But it's not just the WFX closets. It's so much fucking more than that. And there's like
closets,
so many coincidences.
It's pillows, it's throws.
It's shower curtains and like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, all this random ass shit. And like, it's all name specific.
Totally.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not. Agree.
Okay. So this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if this part's true, but I'll throw it in for those of you who've seen it. Because the thing is like, of course, all of this has been updated and deleted and whatever.
this and
So
that.
the only information I can find is like screenshots of Wayfair. None of this is on Wayfair's website anymore because after this kind of blew up, which is when I saw it, everything got taken down, obviously. Disaster control. So this was a typo that was apparently on their website. Again, I didn't see it on their website. I just saw the screenshots of the website, so I don't know. This one's kind of funny, and I don't think this is true. I think this was edited, but it made me laugh. At Wayfair, we carry a wide selection of baby and kids, so you can choose from many different options for your home. We carry the best baby and kids products, so you can find one that is just right for you. With our large selection of home goods, you're likely to find something that you'll love. If you're looking for where to buy baby and kids online, then you'll have no trouble finding a great option at Wayfair. I don't think that's real, but I think it's really funny.
It's funny with everything going on.
Whoever edited that, if you did, thank you.
Nicely
done.
Yes.
Really add a little bit of comedic relief to this awful conspiracy. I don't think that's legit. I also, like, the typo happened not once, it happened twice, apparently. I do have the screenshot, so I'll put the screenshot up for you guys to see. Especially text. I feel like text is so easily photoshopped, so.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think this is real, but it made me laugh. So, another red flag is this, like, platinum member thingy-ding. So. Thingy-ding. So, this has come up since previous Wayfair employees have anonymously stated about this, like, platinum member program. But it's, like, not a program that's available for everybody. So the platinum member customer service team is said to deal with extremely expensive orders, and all other sale reps are taught to never deal with those orders. They're considered platinum orders. So when I say, like, extremely expensive orders and, like, never, I literally mean never. Like, these people were literally told when orders like this, and this are called in, if there's questions about it, that you don't even fucking talk to these people on the phone. You will lose your job. Do not talk to them. Nothing. Just transfer them to the platinum member team. And the platinum member team is only made up of 7 people.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's not like it's like random ass people. It's like white men in suits. So.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know.
Seems a little suspicious.
Like, they are told literally, like, do not engage, do not talk to them. Like, you just need to transfer the call.
Yeah.
Like, immediately, and the platinum member team will deal with it. Like, they are told to never, like, absolutely not. You will get fired, and, like, we'll fuck you up. Don't do it.
And we'll fuck you up.
Watch out. Break your kneecaps. So that's a little weird to me, because it's a very secretive team, and Wayfair hasn't addressed this whole platinum member thing, so again, don't know how much truth is behind this, because these are anonymous claims from previous Wayfair employees who are too scared to use their real name, which is upsetting.
That's interesting. Yeah. For sure.
So lastly, my last red flag is the arrest of Frederick Walker.
Oh, yes. Holy shit.
Yes. So a 26-year-old man was recently arrested at the end of June for human trafficking and narcotics ring. In his mugshot, which we will post, he is wearing a bright fucking yellow Wayfair shirt.
Yep.
Yep.
A little
suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me.
I just feel like with this whole Wayfair thing, a lot of things are just like on their own. It's just like, well, that's whatever. Yeah. But together,
what the fuck?
Like what the fuck? Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Also, you and I talked a little bit about this, but I think it was in 2018 or 2019, a bunch of Wayfair employees actually went on strike because Wayfair is the supplier of beds and chairs for ICE. Which also, if any of you recall, are into abolish ICE, a fuck ton of kids went missing, and ICE was just basically like
200 of them, in fact. 200 children went missing from ICE.
They were being transferred on a bus, and the bus literally just vanished. They just went missing. Couldn't find them. Never really talked about it again.
Literally, they're just like, oops.
Yeah.
They're gone. But, and you know, like, and a lot of those children too are children of immigrants.
Yeah.
So they're not they're
not well
documented.
loved by the government in the States.
Totally. And they don't have any. There's no proof that they're here, essentially.
Yeah.
So they are absolutely the perfect targets.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I just think there's like too many coincidences. It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
It's just one thing after the other where it's just like, okay, this is getting a bit much. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think this is true?
Well, okay, here's where I'm at. So we know that sex trafficking exists, right? Mm-hmm. That is an objective truth. That is not a conspiracy. That's just true. Mm-hmm. And also something to keep in mind too is that in the United States, an estimated 460,000 children are reported missing. That's almost 500,000 children in the United States alone that go missing. So I don't know. We know that happens. That again, that's straight from globalmissingkids.org. So like that's a real number. Mm-hmm. Again, we know that child sex trafficking is a thing. We know about that, the child island, or what do they call it? They call it
Epstein's Island.
Yeah, Epstein's Island
or something like
that. I think they called it like Neverland or Peter Pan's Island or something like that.
That was Michael Jackson.
No, I know that, but they called that episode something about Peter Pan, I thought. Oh. I could be wrong.
Did you watch the documentary? Sorry, quick.
No, I still haven't watched it because it stresses me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, we know that these things happen. So I personally don't understand why this is such a huge stretch for a lot of people.
Sorry, I think the island is called Little St. James.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, I was fucking not even close. But I don't know. I feel like again, talking to my family and stuff, a lot of the reason that they don't believe it is they're like, I just don't believe that the government or anything like that can be doing this. And I'm like, but it's true. Like, these things that I'm saying, they're objective facts. They're not opinions. They're not conspiracies. So I don't see why this is such a big stretch. Yeah. I think that this could absolutely be true.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, I'm going to say I'm hesitant to say that Wayfair is trafficking children. But, I mean, there's absolutely something going on there.
Yeah.
100% something going on with children. And, it might not be that they're literally selling kids. They could be selling child pornography,
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah.
Like, maybe you're not going to spend $20,000 on your storage unit and get an actual child, but you might get a DVD.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing, so there's been, like, a bunch of celebrities who are being, like, quote-unquote, like, exposed for being involved in child trafficking and shit like that. And, like, honestly, it is... I don't want to say it's a good ploy, because that's not. It's like putting it in plain sight. It's people you love. It's people like literally worship celebrities. They trust them for some odd fucking reason. Like, you trust these people with like basic lives. Like, you're trusting these people with your lives, and like a bunch of people. So,
it's so true too, because like even if we go back to Michael Jackson, like a lot of the kids that he abused and took advantage of, his parents literally, like, if you watch interviews, the parents are like, yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson wanted my kid to go hang out and have sleepovers at Neverland Ranch.
Yeah. And he's Michael Jackson, and that's an experience of a lifetime.
Literally, exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they're saying, is they're like, it's Michael Jackson, of course we're going to let our kid go. So.
Also, a little food for thought is a bunch of these celebrities. So I'll give you a list of some of the celebrities who are being accused. I'm not saying they're involved by any means, but these are just some of the celebrities that are being accused to be involved. Yes. Jimmy Kimmel is taking a break from his show. Oprah.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Oprah too?
Oprah
Jesus.
ending Oprah magazine.
Holy
Piers Morgan
shit.
taking a break as well from his show. Chrissy Teigen made her Twitter private, deleted 60,000 comments, and blocked over 1 million followers. Yeah. Heidi Klum turned off her Instagram comments. I'm not saying these people are involved, but I am. The conspiracy is that these people know something. Yes. They know something about what's going on. Avicii committed suicide days after releasing a video highlighting trafficking.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Epstein got murdered in jail because he knows too much. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
The judge appointed to Epstein's case, the Maxwell Epstein case, his son got murdered.
Wasn't it a woman?
Her son?
Her
Is
son,
murdered?
yeah.
Her son got murdered?
Her son got murdered.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
Wasn't it her son and her husband?
I don't know if it was her husband.
Oh, okay. So it's son of judge in Epstein case was killed. A husband was wounded by faux FedEx man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Very, I don't know, just a little food for thought. Like, Jenna Jameson went public about being raped, conditioned, trafficked in Hollywood as a child. Like,
yeah. I mean,
this is shit that, like, it happens. It's
happens.
fucked up. And
totally.
And, like, honestly, it's pretty fucking smart. Like, just put it literally right in plain sight behind people who the world loves, people who the world, like, who hates Oprah?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's against the law to hate Oprah.
Yeah, my grandma fucking worships Oprah. Like, I remember when the Oprah Winfrey Network came out, it was so expensive in Canada. My grandma bought it the same fucking day.
Of course
she did. Come on. Like, these are people, like, that are, like, I mean, like, Ellen, she's getting some shit right now. But these are people who are, like, up front and, like, they're quote-unquote, like, kind people. And, like, people are like, oh, my God, they're a saint. And, you know,
they
like...
would never.
Yeah, because you would never think that they would do it. Wayfair, who the fuck would ever sell kids on, like, a furniture website?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, but literally, it's, like, hiding in plain sight. It's right in front of your face. It fucking makes sense. Because why would you ever question... I mean, people are questioning it. But, like, in their minds, why would you ever question that Oprah would know something about child trafficking? If she did, she would do something. Because look at the Oprah Winfrey show.
Oprah. Yeah.
You get a fucking car. You get a car. Like, well, maybe you get a child. You get a child. You get a child. Who knows? I don't know.
Also, I think it's interesting and important to acknowledge as well that if we were not living in the age of social media and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, like, no one would know. Yeah. No one would have any idea.
Is the media talking about children going missing? No, they're talking about COVID.
They never do. Yes.
That's all the media is full of right now. I'm not saying that COVID's fake. I'm not one of those people.
I mean, COVID is absolutely real. So wear masks, everyone. Wear your masks.
Please wear masks. Yeah. But yeah, I think, like, it's distraction. It's deflection. Like, oh, the eyes are on, like, sex trafficking and shit like this. Hype up COVID. COVID's worse. There's more cases. Like, just fuck it up. Fuck it up. Make it worse. Like, you know, so people are freaking out about something else. Yeah.
Totally. I think that COVID is absolutely real, but I do also think that it is totally being used to distract us from other things.
Yeah, I think it's just, like, we know it's happening. I don't need the news to literally be only talking about it every fucking day. I mean, it's not like I even watch the news, but...
Yeah. But it's also interesting, too, because while this was all happening, the government came out and said, yes, aliens are real. Yeah. Finally. They finally...
Did anybody fucking talk about that? No.
They're just distracting. Honestly, everything is just distractions at this point. They're just trying to cover up from what they actually want you to see by throwing all of this shit at you.
A really good video to watch. So I don't know if you know, but, like, Ashton Kutcher, he's, like, a fucking software engineer.
Weird. You wouldn't think so.
But he made a program. He won't talk about how the program works, nothing, because basically it's to help catch, like, sex traffickers. But, like, he's very, like, when people ask about it, he, like, won't say anything about how the program works because he doesn't want them to know, obviously.
That's good.
But it's, like, constantly being updated to keep up and help get kids back home and find kids faster. Yeah. But when he was, like, presenting his thing about his program, he goes into a lot of pretty, like, gory details of, like, finding kids in these situations and, like...
Yeah, he's big into that. He's been into that for years.
Yeah, so. And, like, so if, like, I highly recommend, I'll, like, link it on our page, but I highly, highly, highly recommend that, like, you guys watch it, because, like, it's heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking. Like, this shit is happening, and if you are somebody who trusts the public eye, listen to this man. He lives in Hollywood. He is literally saying, this is happening. Yeah. He's not, like, deflecting, and I like him. He's using his platform for good.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I agree.
Like, get it. You're beautiful and you post selfies all the goddamn time. Come on. Like,
we get it, Ashton.
Give us a little more. And he is.
Yeah.
He's openly, like, actively.
He's activating.
He's activating his knowledge. He's actively talking about this, and I think it's great.
And it's also, I think it's really brave too. And like, I'm very hesitant. Like, I don't like to be like, oh my god, the celebrity's so brave. Like,
fucking brave
about whatever. But
Kylie was so brave when she finally admitted she had lip fillers.
Right? Yeah.
So
like,
brave.
That's not me.
You're not fucking brave.
Yeah. But I mean, people are dying. Yeah. And he's Ashton Kutcher and he has a family and he's still standing up and he's still doing what's right. So I really respect that.
And he has a massive platform. It's not like you and I are sitting here talking about things and it's like, we're actively talking about things and sharing information that we think is fucked up and real. But like, we're not on Ashton Kutcher's level. Yeah, we're not on this level.
Totally. There's absolutely something going on.
I'm not saying I fully think that children are being sold on Wayfair. Yeah. But I think it would make sense, and it does happen.
Yes.
So why wouldn't it happen literally right in front of your eyes where you probably wouldn't suspect it to happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it literally is. So this is just one of the many accounts. I mean, I don't know if you heard about... I don't know how much truth there is behind this, but that Justin Bieber song, Yummy.
Oh, yeah? The one about
that's apparently supposed to be about
vagina?
No, it's supposed to be about like the rape culture in Hollywood. Supposedly, because leading up to the song release, he was just posting pictures of kids on his Instagram with the hashtag Yummy. Go on his Instagram. That's all it fucking was. It was like babies and kids, and that's what it's supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about like the grooming of kids in Hollywood and like sexualizing kids.
You know what? I'm gonna say that I can see that because again, it's the same kind of thing. It's objective truth that children in Hollywood are groomed and are taken advantage of, like, sexually. Mm-hmm. And you know, as we know, it doesn't just happen to women; it happens to men too. So if that's what he's doing, good for him. Interesting way to do it, but then it also makes kind of sense at the same time because you know it's this pop, fun tune that lots of children are going to listen to, and if they watch the video or if they can look into it deeper, if someone figures it out, you know, then it's just helping raise awareness, I guess.
Well, there's even all that shit about like Nickelodeon execs who have been like arrested for sexual harassment, and like one of them apparently had like a really fucking huge like foot fetish and was like really weird, and then he was the director of Victorious and Sam and Cat, and there's like a bunch of scenes where like iCarly, they're like using their fucking feet and like putting them in front of the camera. There's like a scene in Sam and Cat where Ariana Grande's like sucking her toes and people are like, what the fuck? Like this man was later arrested for sexual harassment and they found out he had like a massive like foot fetish and people are like, she was a literal fucking child. Also,
to clarify, if you have a foot fetish, live your best life. Fine. That's totally fine. That's fine. It's the taking advantage of children that we have issue with. just to say. But yeah, and then even this is the most classic of examples. But even going back to Harvey Weinstein, like holy shit, you know. Well,
and like the thing is like so many people like that. Like the thing you like a lot of people don't understand is like even like. I'll give a personal example here. So, like, even, like, when you're older, like, a lot of the times you don't understand, like, when you, like, reflect back, like, wait a minute, that was wrong. Like, that was bad. That wasn't, that's, like, not okay. Yeah. And, like, at the time, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Absolutely.
Because I was a kid and I didn't fucking know any better.
Well, and from being a child, you're taught to respect your elders and that they know what they're talking about, sorry. So, you just instinctively trust them. Yeah.
So my example that I didn't realize was bad at all and like literally didn't realize I think until I was like 22. When I was younger, I had a friend, I'm not going to name any names, and he had an older cousin, and at the time my best friend was dating this friend of mine, and his older cousin would tag along everywhere with us. Yeah. His cousin was like, I want to say he was like 26, 24. I was 15, 14 or 15. And we would like
that's a red flag already. Kids.
I think I was 14.
Kids, if someone is more than 3 or 4 years older than you, and they're hanging out in a group with you with all of your... There's a reason. They're not there... Like, no offense. It's not you. They're not there because they like your company.
Well, like, the reason I thought this was so normal was because it was my friend's cousin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, like, my mom was friends with his dad, and, like, he was, like, a family friend.
Yeah.
And, like, the one thing that, like, made me, like, super uncomfortable, I think I was, like, 13 or 14. I was pretty fucking young. Yeah. But, again, no boy had ever shown any interest in me. I literally didn't understand this wasn't, like, a bad thing for me. Like, it was a bad thing for me. It wasn't a bad thing, like, in my mind. Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Yeah. But, like, and he would, like, always come on, like, he also lived in Surrey. I live in Vancouver, so he was, like, 40 minutes away. Yeah. But, like, we would go to a movie, like, because my best friend and my other friend were dating. Yeah. We would go to a movie, and he would, like, come all the way out to Vancouver. Yeah. And it would be, like, a quote-unquote double date, like, unofficial. But, like, that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. There was one time we were, like, at a party. It was, like, a family big barbecue party. Yeah. So, like, everybody was there. My mom was there. My friend was there. Like, it was, like, a fuck ton of people were there. Yeah. And we had, like, gone up to his room, and he, like, had alcohol, and we were like, alcohol. Yeah. Palm Bays. Like,
as children are.
Yeah. And he was, like, 20-something years old. And we were, like, in the room, and, like, my friend was, like, just, like, fucking around. And, like, obviously, like, I don't blame my friend at all. Like, I mean, we're not friends anymore. Yeah. But at the time, like, it's totally not his fault. He was the same age as me, so he also didn't know any better. Yeah. But they were, like, urging me to, like, kiss him. This guy, who's 24 years old. And I was, like, 14. Yeah. And I was like, haha, no. And he's like, come on, like, I'll give you more alcohol if you do.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. He was like, I'll sneak you some more if you do. And I was like, no, like, that's weird. And then my friend's like, I'm going to leave the room and leave you two together. And that was, like, the moment where I was like, I'm scared. Like, I'm literally trapped in this guy's bedroom. Yeah. And he is much older than me, and I'm uncomfortable. Like, I'm freaked out. And, like, I ended up leaving. Nothing happened.
Good. That's fucking gross.
But, like, there was so many times where, like, we used to go, like, to this big camping thing together, and he would be there, and he was always hanging out with the kids. Always hanging out with the kids. And, like, all of my friends were there, and most of them were guys. Yeah. And, like, this was, like, a cousin of one of my friends, so we were like, oh, he's just this cool older guy who, like, gives us booze and, like, sneaks us alcohol. Yeah. And, like, but he was, like, now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, that is disgusting. Well, that is disgusting. It's predatory behavior. Exactly. And I was not the only girl who did it too. Yeah. Yeah. I was, at the time, not the only girl. There was, like, another girl who lived next door, and he would do it to her, too. Yeah.
Just waiting for someone to respond the way he wants.
Yeah. Well, and, like, I was, like, years later, I think I was, like, 20, 21 or something, and, like, I went to, like, a New Year's Eve party, and he was there, and I was outside, and Mom was like, oh, like, come in and say hi. I was like, Mom, like, I'm not going in. Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going in. And she was like, why? And I, like, told her everything. And it was, like, fucking, like, literally at New Year's. And I, like, told her. I was like, he makes me so uncomfortable. My mom was fucking pissed. Because she never knew. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I can't. Yeah. Like, I don't want to be around him. Like, I'm not going to. I've laid it to rest. I'm not doing anything about it. But I was like, I don't want to be around him. This is so uncomfortable. And, like, that's the thing is, like, at the time when I was a kid, yes, I was uncomfortable when I was locked in the room with him. But, like, I was, like, I thought I was just nervous because I'd never kissed a boy before,
totally,
you know?
Totally.
And then, like, now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, no, that could have ended horribly. Yeah. Like, that could have ended so horribly. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, which is why I didn't say anything when I was a kid. Yeah. Yeah. It made me uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything because I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. And he was, like, a family friend.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm, like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but girl or boy, anyone... if there is an older, like a much older person who's interested in you, they're not interested in you because you're mature for your age. Okay, they're interested in you because you are immature. And that's not a bad thing. That just, it is what it is. Like, I mean, you being immature, of course.
And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, like, older people. Like, when you're, like, actually, like, an adult, if you're, like, 24 and dating, like, a 35-year-old, totally fine. Yeah. But, like, when you're a child... It is because you were easily manipulated. Yeah, absolutely. And you don't fucking know any better.
Yeah, and you know, even if you were 14 and he wasn't 26, he was 20 or 19 or 18 or even 17. It's just such a huge difference in maturity and life experience. You go through so much at that time and also once you reach the age that they were, you will realize how fucked up that is. Absolutely.
Because, like, I'm at the age now. I'm 24 now. Yeah. Yeah. I was the age that my youngest stepsister is when that happened.
Yes.
I was Benny's age.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
what the actual, like, now that I, like, think about that, I'm like, oh my God, she is my little angel. And, like, I would give my life for that fucking kid. Like, I would protect that kid at all costs. And I could not ever picture me, somebody else my age, ever, like, wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Or, like, wanting to be locked in a fucking room with her. Like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes it even harder too, I think, for you, because you had as you mentioned, he's a family friend, which, and you know, unfortunately a lot of the time it's a family friend, or it's someone who knows you, but it was even harder for you because you were with your friends too. You were with other people your age, and
it was my friend's family.
Yeah. And
so, like, I trust my friend.
Of course.
So obviously I'm like, well, he's your family, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not fucking fine.
Just,
it's not.
If there's any children listening to this, first of all, maybe you shouldn't be listening to this. But if there's any adults listening to this with kids, please just educate them, because, you know, they don't know. They just don't know.
Yeah.
And some really awful shit happens to kids. You know, again, we know this. This is not news. There's shitty people out there. There's awful people out there. And even if it just gets to the point where with Danny, where, you know, she's locked in a room and nothing else happens, that still, you know, is, I would imagine, a traumatizing experience. And, you know, you saw him 10 years later, and you were like, I'm not going in to see him. Like, that shit stays with kids. So...
Well, it wasn't even like I'm not going in to see him. It was like a huge party hall, and I wouldn't go in because he was there. Like, I could have easily avoided him, but I would not go in because I was so uncomfortable, and I didn't want to run into the scenario of me now being of age and thinking of how gross he was when I wasn't of age.
Yeah.
Like, I was like a literal child. Yeah. So, like, I just don't even want to know what would have happened, or like what he would have said. I don't
Absolutely.
know. Just fucking weird.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
Oh. Well, on a lighter note.
Yeah. So yeah, that I think. I mean, do you have, or is that it? Is that the Wayfair conspiracy?
No, that's it. That is Wayfair conspiracy.
That is Wayfair. So again, let us know what you think. Do you think that this is real? Do you think it's horse shit? What's going on in your mind? Give us a call. Well, maybe not a call. Don't call us, please. Give us a message us, email us. We'll take either of those. Let us know too if there's any other kind of social media you want us to get. Like, I don't use Twitter personally, but if you guys want, we can start a Twitter.
I have Twitter. I look at things on Twitter. I don't.
Yeah, see, I haven't had the Twitter app downloaded since I was in the 11th grade. So that was 6 or 7 years ago now. So, but yeah, I'll take one for the team. If you guys want one, if that's what you want, we'll do it. Or if there's anything else you feel like we should have, just give us a shout. Let us know. Yeah. Thanks for going along on this ride with us. Hopefully,
it's wild fucking ride.
We tried to do this like as respectfully as possible. So just let us know what we can do better, or if we were perfect. Which, I mean, probably not true, but I would love to hear it. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.